Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangus and I welcome you guys to the abridged recap of Act 1 of Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Gaidentia. Let's begin, faggots! So we start off where we left in Thief Shrine, and it's time to promote the villagers. While there's many ideal optimal routes to go here, I don't give a shit as I decide to go with the same promotions I got in Gaiden. Gray becomes an archer, Tobin becomes a mage, Cliff becomes a cavalier, and Thoughtbot here becomes a cleric, since I hate having to rely on only Silk. On my way out of the Thief Shrine, I get an award, Meteoric Rise. I guess this is given to me because I'm about to meet Claire. So as we near a mountain valley, we get an epic introduction to the Super Saiyan Mercenary with the same music I used in my Gaiden Abridged Let's Play. Am I fucking good at recognizing music or what? This is a pretty cool fight, a lot harder than it was in Gaiden. Silk and her heavy ass booty gets doubled and killed, and I have to rely on my first use of the Mila's turn wheel to bring her back. Man, this thing really saves you a lot of frustrating restarts. 313 Merc finally shows up, and it's pretty much just surround and kill him from all sides. This guy is unbelievably beefy, as you might expect, but having two healers means I don't have to rely on Nosferatu hits to replenish our health. So while the Merc has hard mode bonuses and is a lot more dangerous than he was in Gaiden, just the fact that I got Faiā here makes him a lot easier to deal with. Hey, Faiā is actually useful. Take that, Faiā haters! As we defeat the mercenary from hell, our brief moment of celebration gets cut short as a soldier shows up saying their outpost has been captured and lovely Lady Claire has been taken prisoner. No, we gotta go rescue the hot blonde. We begin our assault at the southern outpost and discovered that it was taken by 8 men. Wow, the deliverance must really suck. Despite this fort apparently being extremely well built for defense, it has a big door in the middle of it that you can just walk right into. Man, I thought the whole purpose of forts was that you needed siege equipment to get in, but hey, what do I know? The soldiers are tanky and the archers are annoying. One of them has a steel bow, which Gray will hopefully make some use of. Silk and Faiā develop a support which pretty much goes like this. Hey Faiā, you wanna— You're not home, fuck off! We kill the remaining soldiers and head inside, and I just have to ask, why is it that the most sexy pieces of artwork you see in this game is depicted of girls in jail cells? I think intelligent systems may be trying to tell us something here. Yeah. So we rescue Clarine 2.0. Like, seriously, she is literally Clarine in the flesh. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Gray also points out that he thinks she's hot. I have come to the conclusion that this guy is now my spirit animal. Seriously, he says everything that is on my mind. I love this guy. Anyway, time to move on. We got dudes to kill. So it's time to fight against another bunch of soldiers and their 2 retarded friends who showed up late for work. I gotta hand it to Echoes. It was nice of them to give this one guy a friend. He looked so lonely in Gaiden. While I gave this a lot of flack initially, people have actually pointed out the reasoning behind this design, and in retrospect, it actually makes a lot of sense. The reason why they decide to place 2 cavaliers all the way outside on the side of this map is because this is the player's first introduction to cavalry. They put them far away to demonstrate their high movement, punishing you for not moving fast enough with a flank attack to your left side. In Gaiden, it just seemed more silly as there was just one of these guys, so it felt very off and weird, but I believe this was their design philosophy 20 years ago as well, to demonstrate the player that cavalry is fast, in case they wouldn't know that simply by looking at the goddamn horse they're on top of. I mean, you'd be surprised of how stupid the Fire Emblem community can be sometimes. Trust me. After the battle, we get introduced to Douchebag McDouchebagson of Douchia, of the House Douche, first of his douche, Lord of the Douches, and the 7 douchedoms. He is a real douche, as you might expect. He tells us that peasants sucks and nobles rock before leaving. So then we reach the Liberation Army headquarters, which they decided to have at the bottom of a fucking zombie-infested catacombs. I mean, at least they gave it some story. In Gaiden, it was literally just, hey, welcome to the Liberation HQ. Terrors have been about. I don't really care what Python says, though, about leaving them alone. This is a terrible place to have your HQ. But hey, at least it makes for a funny dungeon crawl. This place is massive compared to the dungeon in Gaiden, and you can actually sort of get lost in here. One of the random encounters almost completely overwhelms us as 3 groups decides to attack at once. We do eventually beat them back and get the first taste of fatigue in this game, and man, does it suck. We do eventually reach the Mila statue, where the rest of the deliverance is waiting for us. Clive just goes, I don't want to lead these guys anymore. Nope, 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 nope. You're now in charge. And guess who doesn't approve? A real shocker, this. We also get Forsyth, who's very energetic. Yeah. Back at the entrance, we also recruit Python, the archer that doesn't care about anything, especially not hitting things.
Shut up, Tobin.
So, with all the deliverance united and together, we bull rush straight towards Sofia Castle, where Baron Bulldozer is awaiting. Yes, I prefer to call him that over to say, it just has a much better ring to it, you know? Inside the castle, we discover that, oh no, that guy who was very rude has betrayed us. Shocker, nobody saw that coming. But he gets introduced to a brand new villain, who's very busy inside the castle, planning the defense and preparing for a very important No, wait, no, he's just dancing. Yep, that's how you know a villain is cool, by showing him dancing. Well, at least his wife is hot. So, enter Berkut, the classic everything is predetermined and nobles are cool guy. Fernand can hardly contain his boner in his presence. I swear to God, there must be gay porn of these two out on the internet somewhere already, right? Right? Don't Google that. Anyway, Berkut gives his bulldozer a Draco shield as a convenient plot armor device before departing. So we begin the assault, and again, I find it humorous that this time around they actually have a gate on one side. I mean, it's just our castle, we couldn't be bothered putting up a door on both sides. That would actually require the Deliverance to deploy siege weapons and try to knock them down while we rain arrows down on them, which, you know, would maybe make the battle swing in our favor. Can't have that. So after casually walking into the courtyard and warping a few people inside the castle's walls, we start slaughtering the soldiers as Slade and his men seems content to just stand there, doing nothing. What a general he is. Hey Slade, we're getting killed in here, could you maybe help us out here? Nah, they aren't close enough to us yet. Slade does eventually decide to attack, however, but before he can do much of anything, he runs straight into an Excalibur and runs away again. Get used to this happening because it's gonna be a recurring trend. Upon seeing his general fall, Bulldozer decides to go nope, 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 and run away, leaving us free to mop up the rest of his goons. Inside the castle, Alm gets hailed as a hero. Well, except from this very old man who goes, "You're adopted." However, he also runs into a familiar old face. It's Daddy Jagan, and he asks Alm if he's ready to rumble. Alm says yes. I'm gonna fuck Rigel up. And so we reach the end of this recap of Act 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do give it a thumbs up and a like if you did. Hopefully this should make it a little bit easier for you to catch up and follow Act 2, which conveniently just had its part released already. So do go check that out if you want to. Also, if you want to support me on Patreon, that'd be really great, as these vids take a long time to make. My name's been Mangs, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Goodbye!